We just spent 28 days in Seoul, South Korea, working remotely, sightseeing, and asking ourselves one big question: could we actually live here? So in this video, we're sharing 30 amazing things to do in Seoul with essential transport tips so you can navigate the city like a pro. Seoul really surprised us, inspired us, and made us rethink what we want in a home base. With great food, unique activities, and relatively affordable costs, we'll show you what makes Seoul special for both travelers and digital nomads alike, all in this episode of Lucas World Travel. So whenever you first land in Seoul, head straight to 7-Eleven to get your T-Money card. This is how you're going to pay to use the vast subway and bus network in Seoul. To navigate around, you'll need to download Naver Maps because Google Maps doesn't navigate in South Korea. Now we stay close to Bukchon Palace because this area puts you within walking distance of a lot of the most popular attractions.
Now currently we're in Gangnam Square, and behind me we have Admiral Yi Sun-sin, who back in the 1590s was battling the Japanese at sea. So this statue and fountain commemorates those battles he fought against the warships of the Japanese. Now, at the other end of the square, you have King Sejong, and he's famous because he's the one who created the current Korean alphabet. And the alphabet's really not that hard to learn, so it's worth studying before you arrive. So now we're gonna tour Gyeongbokgung Palace, which is one of the most beautiful palaces in Seoul. So this one was built around 1395, and it's so scenic because you have the picturesque mountains right behind the palace. So as you walk around, you can kind of imagine like what it would have been like all the way back in 1595 when the emperor would have lived here. And walking through these different palaces is so exciting. For somebody who loves historical Korean dramas, oh my goodness, it's like being inside my favorite drama right now. I'm in heaven. I'm literally in heaven.
Now, in addition to all the residences, you also have these gorgeous ponds and gardens.
Now you definitely want to head to the back of the palace so you can see the pond and the pavilion. They say it's the most beautiful part of South Korea. So it'd be a shame to come to the palace and miss this beautiful sight.
And I love that at the right angle, you can see the city behind you with Namsan Tower in the background. It's amazing to see that contrast of old and new side by side like this.
Now, what's also cool is they have the changing of the guard 4 times a day. But it's so worthwhile, and it kind of brings the palace to life. And tickets are very inexpensive. It's only 3,000 won per person. But if you come dressed in your traditional clothes, your traditional hanbok, you get free tickets. Now we just wanted to come and get the history. We rented an audio guide, and so far the audio guide is super cool, really liking it. But we will come back in hanboks in order to take some pictures. And we're back in the palace, this time in full hanbok gear. Now, one thing that we're very happy to report, though, is that hanboks are 1,000% more comfortable than kimonos. Those kimonos whipped our butts, man. This is so much more, like it's still a hot day, but these hanboks are comfortable, besides being a little bit warm.
So we got our hanboks from Hanbok now.
Now, just across the street from the palace is a Korean food restaurant called Janggae's. So I got this yummy kimchi stew. We got the pajan sides. And we got our bulgogi beef stew. Tell me, how's the bulgogi?
Oh, it's delicious. It's actually kind of sweet.
We also got a vegetable pancake. Doesn't that look so good? So the food is really tasty here and very affordable. We got 3 plates of food for 34,000 won. So very affordable, very delicious, and so conveniently located to the palace. So now we're going inside the Blue House, which used to be the president's office and residence. He moved to a different residence in 2022, so not very long ago. And now the Blue House is open to the public and free to see. You just need to bring your passport.
So they have the portraits of the 12 residents who lived and worked here. And this is their cabinet room.
And up the hill, you have the president's residence. This is where the president lived. Now for this one, they only let you see the residence from the outside. You can look into the windows. So the property really does have a lot of buildings worth seeing. If you're short on time though, it is okay to skip it. I'd say just go see the president's office and you'll get the gist. Now, not far from the Blue House is Samcheong Road. And this is a street with loads of cute cafes where you can get some lunch after all of your long excursions, either at the Blue House or at the palace. So today we're going to try Western food at the Analog Kitchen / Meatball Lounge. So the menus in the 20,000 to 25,000 range. So the food is here and we got a pizza and a burger and fry to share. And that looks like it's gonna be hard to share, but we're gonna do our best. We got a tomato layer, a beef layer, and a bread layer. Yum. So the sauce that covers the burger is so good, so flavorful. It's like one of the best burgers I ever had just because of the sauce. Really, really good. And the sausage on the pizza is so spicy and delicious. So many good flavors here, so I can highly recommend this one. Next stop is the stream. So you'll see people sitting out here enjoying the river. And occasionally you'll even see some wildlife in the stream. So I'm really enjoying our walk through the stream. It's like a little oasis of nature right in the middle of the city. And it's so picturesque and serene with all the birds and fish in the stream. It is 11 kilometers long, so it's impossible to walk the whole thing unless you're going to spend the whole day doing it. But the little bit of it that we walked, we thoroughly enjoyed.
And by the stream, we found a local spot that really surprised us.
So we're going to try lunch at a bulgogi stop. So we got bulgogi for 2 people. And it cooks right in front of you on the table. And it automatically comes with a lot of different side dishes.
Evidently, we weren't eating this right though, so our Korean neighbors bought us a plate of squid to add to the bulgogi.
So our Korean neighbors have helped us a lot make it more flavorful, I suppose. So now with the addition of the spicy onions, let's see how it tastes. It does add a lot. It makes it more spicy and definitely more flavorful. It's very good. I don't even know what the red onion thing was, but it changes the whole experience. It makes it incredible. So we went to a true local spot. Like, this place doesn't have an English menu. It doesn't take credit cards. So we went in there and we had no idea what we were doing. We were like newborn babies again. We were just like, what's going on? So we ordered 2 orders of bulgogi, and it was just okay. So the people sitting next to us is like, here, this is gonna make it better. Put this with your bulgogi. So it was the squid dish. So the place only makes 2 things, bulgogi and squid. And you're supposed to mix the 2 together. So don't be like us. Don't be newborn babies and get 2 bulgogis. No, you get the squid, you get the bulgogi, you mix them together. Oh my goodness, it is so good. If you only eat bulgogi, I can't help you. It's just gonna be, meh. You put the squid with it, it is banging. Yeah. Banging people.
So you're cooking your own food. You're on your own. They bring your food to your table, your side dishes, and then you got to go for broke. No one's going to tell you anything.
No, because they can't talk to you anyway, and you can't talk to them. It's all hand signals and pointing.
So, luckily for us, we had some Korean neighbors who knew we were struggling, and they reached out and helped us out and saved our lives.
They literally just gave us food. They're like, and I mean, so it's like 11,000 per plate. So, I mean, it's like $8 or $9. So that's not like a cheap or an expensive gift, but you know, I never just bought random people sitting next to me in a restaurant a meal. So thank you so much. We feel so welcome now. Thank you, Korea.
Oh yeah.
So in all our travels, we've never had anyone buy us food to make sure that we ate the food right and had the best experience. And this is one small reason we're loving South Korea so much.
So today we have a beautifully clear, sunny day. So we wanted to check out the best views of the city at Namsan Tower. But instead of taking the cable cars, we're gonna hike up the hill. We're starting at Bukchon Park, and it takes about 30 to 45 minutes to hike up the hill, but the hike itself is supposed to be gorgeous with stunning views. So we'll take you along to see if this 45-minute hike up this hill is worth it or not. Cross your fingers, it is.
And while the views from the hill are spectacular, we still wanted to go up the tower to see what Seoul looked like from 380 meters. They also have a spot reserved for love locks.
So we picked up the shiny lock here. Now David and I are celebrating our 11th wedding anniversary, if you can believe that. Now, we have seen these love locks all around the world as we have traveled, but we have never bought one and we have never put one anywhere. So for our 11th anniversary, we are decided to change that. We bought a love lock at the Namsan Tower, and we're gonna write on it and put it on one of the banisters here. All right, let's do it. So this is what we wrote. 11 years together, here's to many more. And this lock is special because it doesn't have a key. Once you lock it, it won't open again. So that really means that we're locking our love forever. Here we go. So we're gonna add ours right here. Locked forever. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Here's to many more years, baby.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
So now we're going inside the Bukchon Traditional Culture Center. Now during the Joseon Dynasty, this was the house of finance. So we're gonna go inside and learn what we can about the traditional houses and the traditional neighborhood here in Seoul. So you get to read a little bit about the neighborhood before you see it, and you get to sit in the rest house and really see what one of these traditional houses would be like. Okay, so I've never sat at a table quite like this before, and I have no idea where to put my legs exactly. Do I sit cross-leg style? I guess you would have to sit cross-leg style. It's not very comfortable, but it's an experience, that's for sure. Look at your face.
Oh God. They were small. They're like miniature people.
Or maybe we're just too big.
I ate too many cold noodles.
Speaking of cold noodles, a great place to try this unique North Korean dish is at Bukchon Mandu. This small mom and pop shop has delicious noodles and dumplings. So today we're going to try the cold noodles, the hot noodles, and the dumpling combination platter.
So what's nice is the cold noodle bowl is like cold and refreshing like a salad. So it's nice on a hot day, but it's a lot more hearty than a salad. It's still savory. And I tried David's hot bowl as well. Very nice, very savory. Such unique flavors. And the dumplings have good flavor. This one's kind of spicy.
After a delicious lunch, it was time to explore the Bukchon Hanok village, which dates back to the 14th century and was the home of high-ranking officials during the Joseon Dynasty.
Now, most of these traditional houses, hanoks, were built in the 1920s, so they're 100 years old. And because you know how the city is modernizing, the city has decided to protect these so they can't be torn down anymore. People actually still live in these gorgeous historic homes though. So the hours to visit the village is from 10 to 5 p.m. And they request that you be quiet because these are people's homes and they don't want you out there laughing and kikiing all day long. And they're also closed on Sunday.
But you're gonna love seeing these historic homes and how old and new coexist beautifully here in Seoul. Now just 40 meters away from the village is the Bukchon Best Observatory, where you can get a drink as well as enjoy their garden, museum, and observatory.
So at the observatory and museum, they have this lovely traditional garden. And from the top deck, you get a nice view of the roofs of Bukchon village, plus the views of Seoul City. So considering you get this great view, you get to see a museum, a traditional garden, and you get a drink included, all for 6,000 won or $5 US, definitely worth it. So check it out, you'll enjoy it. So now we're going inside the National Folk Museum.
This is another great place to walk through a traditional Korean home. They also have a 70s and 80s town where you can see what the villages would have been like in the 1970s and 80s.
Now, in addition to the 70s and 80s town, there's a nice permanent exhibit inside the museum where you can learn about the different passages of the season, how they prepare kimchi, and just the importance of the harvest and how they handle the seasons here. it was a really enjoyable experience. They have really nice displays, so it's worth seeing if you have the time.
Now, for an affordable and authentic dinner, we went to Gangnam Market.
So now we're checking out Bukchon Market on a Friday evening. So we got tteokbokki, and we got a mung bean pancake, and some soju. So we're keeping it real, and it comes with these onions.
So the sauce on the tteokbokki is so good here, like really delicious. Just a little bit spicy, but lots of sweet, peppery flavors. But the tteokbokki is just a rice cake, but it's so chewy. It takes you forever to chew it up and eat it. David actually hates the texture of it, and if he hates the texture, that means he hates it. Though the flavor is good. He loves the texture of the pancake, but not the flavor. So he's putting the tteokbokki sauce on the pancake to make the pancake taste more like the tteokbokki. Interesting. I like both though. I think they're good.
For the pancake, tteokbokki, and a sujo, that was 15,000 won. We also got one of these lovely donuts for dessert. 감사합니다. Oh, so it was 1,000. So how is it, David Lucas?
It's really good and it's fresh.
Now, did you know you can also tour the palaces at night? We didn't know that either, so we wanted to come to HongDae Palace to get a whole nother different experience, see them all lit up beautifully at night. Now, what I like about visiting at night is the atmosphere. It's absolutely gorgeous and is a vibe. What I don't like about visiting at night is you're really not going to learn much. It's too dark to read the placards or to even know where you're really going. And you can't really appreciate the nature because all the ponds and trees are too dark to visit, and you can't go into the park and lake and all that other stuff. But I don't regret coming at night. It was just a nice little thing to add on to the end of our day.
Another day, we headed to Gangnam to see what this famous neighborhood was like.
Now, this might be one of the most beautiful libraries I've ever been in. We're at the Starfield Library inside the Starfield Co-ex Mall. And it's lovely, super charming.
After just a quick stop in the library, it was nice to explore some of the delicious restaurants and the movie theater of the mall as well. And we had one of the most delicious Indian set menus at Accra Restaurant. Just outside the mall, we had fun reminiscing the hit Gangnam Style at the Gangnam Style sculpture. This is a great place to get your dance on and have a little fun before heading to the serenity of the Bonggunsa Temple.
Now, right across the street from the Co-ex Mall is Bonggunsa Temple.
Now, Bonggunsa Temple has been in operation since the 1400s, but it's been destroyed several times by war, by fire, but they always rebuild and have the monks here. Another thing we really enjoyed in Gangnam was taking a K-pop dance lesson with YN Company. These lessons were challenging but oh so fun, and really made us appreciate how hard these K-pop stars dance and work. The best part though is they film you at the end and you get this fabulous commemorative video at the end. We loved this experience and met some great people in the process and can highly recommend it as a fun way to spend an afternoon in Seoul. And after your dance lesson, you can head to Hiker Ground, where you can film yourself doing your new dance moves and several beautiful music video sets. I had entirely too much fun here. And the best part, you can have a ball without spending a dime because this place is free to use. All right, so now we're going to HongDae Park. And this park has a water light show every evening starting at 7:30, at 8 o'clock, 8:30, and 9 o'clock. The show does last about 20 minutes and then they take a 10-minute break in between the shows. And it's worth seeing because it's like 1,000 people down there enjoying the waterfront, enjoying the views, and bring whatever food you like, make a picnic, and it really heightens the experience. Now we're in HongDae World Tower, which is the tallest building in South Korea. And we're gonna go up to the observation deck that's all the way up on the 120th floor. So I can't wait to see what the world looks like from 555 meters. Being so high up gives you a unique vantage point of Seoul. You can see both the beautiful landscapes with the rivers and the mountains, but also so high you can really see the smog as well. So that's definitely one of the disadvantages of Seoul sky. You're so high that sometimes the smog gets in the way of your view. And the activity's a smidgen pricey at about 31,000 won per person. That's about $23 per person. So I'd say it is okay to skip if you're short on time or on budget.
So now we're going inside the Korean War Memorial. And we're not even inside the museum yet, and I already learned something. One of the statues said that 21 countries participated in the Korean War. I had no idea it was so many. So the Korean War started in 1950 when North Korea illegally tried to invade the South. And it resulted in over 4 million casualties. I had no idea it was that many. The memorial really does have some nice information and exhibits inside where you can learn a lot about all the different battles fought here, from the Joseon Dynasty to the Han Empire until it was formally made as Korea. It put a lot of things into perspective for me, especially their wars with the Qing or the Chinese and their wars with the Japanese. And naturally, the most memorable war was in 1950 with North Korea. And it also made me realize just why I never really understood why they forced their men to have 2 years worth of military service. But it makes sense now after seeing the trouble of that war, and they're still just 50 miles away. So they always want to be ready in case something happens with North Korea again. So it puts so many different things into perspective for me. So definitely worth going to see.
It's really difficult to study war. It's really difficult to see the sad events of the past. But it's very, very true that we have to study war in order to maintain peace. You never want to forget the fallen and the sacrifices that they made so that we can live the lives we have now.
Because of this, we also recommend taking a day trip to the DMZ zone. This trip is fascinating because you get to go to an observation tower to see North Korea from across the river.
So I can't even express to you how exciting and eerie it is to look through the binoculars and, see the tractors going, see the corn, see the older houses with the laundry up, and more modern houses that kind of look abandoned. And it's just like you wonder, what is it really like over there? So actually coming to this DMZ zone and the observatory has made me even more curious to know, what's it really like in North Korea? What's it like to live through communism? I'm just, so close, but so far away. And like, it's only like 2 kilometers by the river between the two spots. And in my head, it's like, it's so close. They could just swim. But they say that the North Koreans have put landmines all along the border. So while it looks like picturesque fields of agriculture, they're actually landmines all along the coast. So people can't get out to swim across. So much drama.
You also get to go to the third tunnel in order to take a tunnel walk to see North Korea.
So seriously, walking through the third tunnel was insane. So it's like a slope down 350 meters. And then you walk a little bit crouched over and look through the barrier walls, and you can actually see the sunlight and the grass on the side of North Korea. It's absolutely insane. So we're doing.
Our tour ended with a scenically beautiful walk across the Manjan Reservoir Suspension Bridge.
I really enjoyed this tour. Like, it was so exciting to hear all the history brought to life in a very intriguing way, and to kind of see in physical three-dimensional shape the different borders, the military in action, and to look through those binoculars and to see a person or two over on the North Korea side. It really brought everything into perspective for me, and if you're interested in that type of thing, you're gonna love this experience as well. So definitely check our links down in the description box below. This tour was $67 US, and definitely worth every penny, as it was a full day tour.
So today we decided to go shopping in Myeongdong, which is like 5 or 6 different city blocks worth of shopping. This place is much bigger than I ever imagined, and there's no way to see it all.
And you've got shopping on different levels of different buildings.
That's true too.
As well as
Underground
below ground. So that means that you need to be rested up and prepared for a lot of walking, a lot of shopping.
David already got his shoes. That was our main point of going shopping today. Some new Adidas.
We already got the shoes and we're still shopping.
Can you imagine? This is shoes for less than $5. Craziness. Now for lunch, we're gonna eat at a fast food chain in Korea. And this is where you can try delicious local food like gimbap, bibimbap, and all types of curries as well. And they have pork cutlets. So a lot of variety on the menu, but it was really delicious. The cheapest place we've been so far, and I can highly recommend it. Plus they have locations all over the city, so you're able to go to the one closest by you, which is super convenient as well.
It's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food.
So be careful. If you order too many things, you're going to be stuffed. So maybe choose one thing one time and then go back again and choose something else instead of doing what we did.
And getting 3 dishes, because that really was 3 meals. Like I was thinking, okay, this one's 3,000 won and this one's 7,000 won. So if you combine them together, that'll make 1 meal. Well, that's not the case. That was really 2 full meals. So it's just very affordable here.
Yeah.
So another place to go shopping in Seoul is HongDae Shopping Street, which is like this little colorful boardwalk with lots of little shops on both sides. Now this is right by one of the major universities in town, so there are so many young folks in this area. Let's check it out. And the prices are definitely reasonable. So for lunch in HongDae, we're checking out a ramen place called Sanjome. All right, so we got ramen for lunch today. And our lunch was so delicious. The broth was incredibly flavorful and very affordable too. We got 2 Cokes and 2 ramens for 20,000 won, about $18 or so. So very affordable.
HongDae is also known for its nightlife, so we found some great salsa dancing clubs there. This one's Club Bonita. And we also had a great time dancing at HongDae Salsa Club. Seoul blew us away with the quantity of great things to do here. This is a great stop for any traveler or digital nomad because the city is sparkling clean and so convenient with easy to use public transportation and convenient stores on every corner. Moreover, Seoul is quite affordable as well, so it's great for people on a budget. But as much as we love Seoul, we loved Bukchon even more. So be sure to subscribe to see more from South Korea and from all around the world.
All right, world travelers, well, that's our journey. Good luck in planning your own. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sharing with all your travel pals, and happy travel planning until next time. Bye.
If you want even more trips from South Korea, check out our full South Korea playlist on the right there.